Today's daily Bible thought goes along with the parable of the sower of the seed from Mark chapter 4. This is verses 16 through 17. The seed on the rocky soil represents those who hear the message and immediately receive it with joy. But since they don't have deep roots, they don't last long. They fall away as soon as they have problems or are persecuted for believing God's word. Now, we all have a bad habit of having some rocks in our soil, I think, from time to time. But this makes reference specifically of people who, and we've seen them before, where they hear the Bible presented or they hear the gospel about Jesus dying on the cross for their sins. They hear that and they're like, yes, I want to be forgiven. I want to follow Jesus. And so they accept Christ. They make a decision to follow Jesus, but they don't do anything after that. They just like, oh yes, and it's really emotional and they're all excited. But like the day after, they're not praying, they're not trying to read the Bible, they're not asking for help, they're not trying to get into fellowship. Fellowship meaning like meeting with other believers, going to Bible study or youth group or church. To get roots, you have to do something. You don't just get roots automatically when you decide to follow Jesus. You have to work to get that. We had one of my good friends during Bible study mentioned some spiritual disciplines. He encouraged his peers to pray and to read the Bible. And those are 2 out of 3 of the main things I would say you need to do to put down roots. Praying, it's just like talking to a friend because he is our friend. Talk to him, talk to God, cry out to him, talk to him about anything and everything, talk to him anywhere, anytime. But pray. So prayer is a huge part of following Jesus and putting down roots. The second thing is reading the Bible, and maybe you don't know how to. And that's kind of where the third thing dovetails into that. Fellowship. Reach out to somebody that you know is already following Jesus and ask them for help. Say, hey, what can I read in the Bible? Or do you know any good verses? Or what's your favorite verse? You have to seek. You know, Jesus promised, if you seek, you'll find. But if you want to follow Jesus, then you're going to have to put down roots, because I can promise you, you're going to have problems and you're going to be persecuted. And so if you don't have any roots, it's gone. That little plant in the rocky soil is just gone. So put down some roots, do a little prayer, do a little Bible reading, and reach out to a friend for support.